Okay, this video is over Unit 8 Quiz 1. This is supposed to be a pie chart, but seeing as we're doing distance learning, it's become a data table. And as we go through this with a pie chart, a pie chart is parts of a whole, and a whole is 100%. So for starters, each one of these columns, needs to add up to 100%, the parts of the whole. So for starters, 100%, not 200%, not 210. You don't get to choose what the maximum percentage is. It's got to be 100%. So number one is a wind-up toy is wound up and moving across a level ground. This toy is speeding up. So as we take a look at it, it is speeding up. So that tells us that we need to have some kinetic energy and it is wound up. So it has elastic and it has kinetic. Now, a lot of you wanted to put EDIS or E internal in there. I would rather you not, unless it specifically says friction or the energy. You can't come up with a transfer of energy. Where this one here, it is transferring from elastic to kinetic. So I want that to be clear. And how much? Well, if you take a look at A, the arrow is small, so some of you might have started off with all elastic, with the idea that you said it wasn't moving, and some of you started off saying it's 80 elastic and 20 kinetic, and you said it was moving. That's 100% up to you. It doesn't specifically say that it is stopped or it's at the bottom or anything like that. So that's up to you. We need to show that the elastic is going down, and how much it goes down by is up to you. And we need to show that the kinetic is going up. Well, each column has to equal 100%. So if we add these up, each one is 100%. Number two. Oh, should have made a copy on this, but I'll go back and clear the answers. Number two, a spring launches a roller coaster cart from rest, okay, on a frictionless track. Well, when we take a look at it, it's at rest, and it's all bunched up in that spring. So that is going to be elastic, and it's going to start off with 100% elastic. Well, as we look at it, it's going to be moving in the future. So we are going to have some kinetic energy, and it goes up a ramp. So that means we're going to have some gravitational energy. And in the beginning, it has no kinetic and no gravitational. As soon as it is no longer touching that spring, all the elastic energy is gone. And from here, how much is kinetic? How much is gravitational? That's 100% up to you. You can choose how much you want, as long as it's 100%. It could be 50-50, it could be 60-40, it could be 75-25. It does not matter. But we start off with all elastic, and that elastic gets converted into kinetic and gravitational. Number three, a car is on a ramp at rest. So it's up a hill. So that tells us that we are going to have some gravitational, and we can assume that it's going to be moving. So it says it's at rest, so it's going to start off with no kinetic energy, and it's going to be 100% gravitational. It is released and starts down the track to point B, which is not at the end of the track. And by saying not at the end of the track, my goal was for you to still have some gravitational. And if there's some gravitational, whatever isn't gravitational needs to be turned into kinetic. And once again, that needs to be turned into, it needs to be 100%. And when it says assume no friction, that means we don't need EDIS or E internal. it's being converted from gravitational to kinetic. Now, some of you did a great job of putting in the EDIS or E internal. I didn't mark it wrong. In fact, on this, you're either going to get a 7 out of 9, an 8 out of 9, a 9 out of 9, or no grade. And in fact, I think I might even only enter in my 8s and 9s because I don't want it to hurt you. If we would have been in class, I would have been there and said, oh, wait a minute here. And we would have talked about this and you would have done much better. So if you got an email saying I'm not grading it, I'm not hurting you, I'm not trying to hurt you, I'm just trying to make you say, hey, you know what, you didn't do so well on that, we need to take a look at that again. If you have questions on it, email me. I'm going to be sending this out, and I'm going to be putting it in Udpuzzle so I can see who of you are watching it. This is Wednesday, so have a wonderful hump day.